All right. Hi, everyone, and welcome to our Glowing Skin Beyond Summer Skincare Workshop. I'm so excited to share with you all tonight. And if you haven't met me before, my name is Kaylee Calabrese. I am a certified holistic health coach through International Practitioners of Holistic Medicine, the Institute for Integrative Nutrition. And while my focus has always been women's health, internal health, specifically perimenopause, menopause, and hormones. I do also have advanced certifications in face yoga and fascia work. And in my own perimenopause journey, became very just interested in how do I slow the appearance of aging on my face. So I'm going to share a little bit more about my own journey with that as I talk through everything that I've prepared for you guys tonight. Like I said, if you have questions, please feel free to drop them in the comments. I'll try to answer them as we go along, and stick around for the end because we're going to do some incredible face massage work together. And you're going to see how everything that we're talking about at the beginning of this call with the techniques I'm going to show you at the end of this call can just work incredibly to give you a natural lift and glow. So I want to start out by talking about what actually happens to our skin as we enter perimenopause. So I'm curious, who's menopausal? That means you're 1 year without a period or longer. Okay, I see. Hi, Chrissy's mom. I see several of us. And then who is perimenopausal? You're pretty sure you're in perimenopause. Okay. And for those of you guys who are not on camera, just note for yourself. But perimenopause starts around the age of 35, whether you are aware of it or not. If you're over 35, you are probably in some phase of perimenopause. And this is a phase where our hormones start to fluctuate and eventually decline. Essentially, our reproductive system is kind of going into retirement. And one of the biggest players in our skin health is actually estrogen. So estrogen supports hydration, skin thickness, elasticity, which is like that bounce back, blood flow. It literally helps keep our skin plump and vibrant. So as it starts to decline, especially mid to late perimenopause, and then once we get into menopause, we're actually left with less estrogen and an actual different form of estrogen that is significantly weaker than the estradiol that our bodies make when we're in our fertile years. So basically, at the same time that collagen has been slowly declining since around the age of 30, now we're losing estrogen and having a weaker form, and it shows up on our face. So it's no wonder that scientific studies have actually proven that the age where we most rapidly age from an appearance perspective is 43. So it's no coincidence. So while our skin and bodies were really resilient before, and they could compensate for maybe a lack of minerals, a lack of hydration, not enough protein, or some nutrient deficiencies, as we lose the resilience that we get from that estrogen and that collagen, that wear and tear starts to show, and it starts to show often more quickly and more dramatically. So raise your hand if you felt like personally victimized by perimenopause in the facial area. Yes, me too. Okay, so you know what? You're not alone. So basically, collagen is like the scaffolding under our skin. It gives structure and firmness, and without it, and without estrogen to support actual collagen production, because they work together, our skin starts to thin, it starts to sag, it starts to lose the bounce, all those things that we used to take for granted, that glow. So here's the thing, it's not just our hormones. So many of us, if you've been on any perimenopause call that like Amy and I have done together in the past, we've been living with chronically high cortisol for decades, too much stress, too much busyness, too long of a to-do list, serving all the people. And stress affects our gut, and our gut health is everything when it comes to digestion and nutrient absorption. So if our body's not actually absorbing minerals and proteins and fats, our skin doesn't have what it needs to repair and rebuild. It doesn't have those building blocks. So this is not just a hormonal issue. It's not just an age issue. It's kind of an issue of decades of lifestyle that didn't really serve our female bodies and our female cycles. So I think it's really important to note as we're talking about stress and maybe like doing too much and lack of sleep, around 11 p.m. at night is when our bodies do most of the repair work on our skin. So if you're a night owl and you're always up really late, past 11, that's less repair work happening because the efforts that would normally go to that skin repair are going towards other things because you're awake and your body and your brain are requiring a different focus. So you add in chronic dehydration, which affects a huge percentage of women, and it's no wonder so many of us are basically left feeling like our skin changed overnight. And then we're told, let's fix it with these complicated 7-10 step skincare routines. And the truth about these products is that most of them are too harsh. They're actually breaking down the microbiome. So I think when we hear microbiome, most of us probably think of our gut. It's like this colony of good bacteria and fungi and all these things that play a really important role in our health. Well, our skin has a microbiome. And it's very sensitive. And these products, because of the ingredients that are in them, they not only break that down, but they dry our skin out. And as that happens, our brain tells our skin, produce more sebum, produce more oil. And then all that oil is getting pushed out. So when we're trying to dry up like acne and oily skin and blemishes, we're most of the time making the problems even worse. So more irritation, more inflammation, and we end up with more frustration, spending a lot of money for not a lot of results. So before we really jump into topical products, I want to help all of us understand that the glow starts on the inside. It starts by nourishing the inside and supporting your skin's natural structure and system. So filling those gaps so that our bodies no longer have to compensate for hydration, for collagen and nutrients, and especially for proteins and healthy fats. So for me, from like 43 to 46, I was so embarrassed by my skin. It was rapidly aging. I like to describe it as dusty. Like, I'm not even exaggerating here. If I would use like the dry brush on my face, I was like, I'm a mummy. Like, I'm literally mummified, like gray ashiness, like just was coming off of my skin, right? It was thinner, and I spent so much money chasing results that I really never got. And because it's my nature, like when something's not working for me, I research, I start studying. And that's when I went and got certified in face yoga and fascia and all of that. So I started studying the skin, the impact of our hormones on our skin, the nutrients that we need. And at 46, I was actually introduced to Hue and Grace, and I started incorporating their products into my morning and evening routine. And today at 48 in full menopause, my skin not only looks better than it did at 38, like that is honest. I wish I could just like put up a picture side by side. I was going to if I had slides. But I had a skin exam done recently, and at 48 and a half, my skin age was 41. So I was really proud of that because I'm pretty sure if I had done that test 3 years ago, my skin would have been a lot older than I actually am. So the synergies of the right products and some simple solutions, like actually taking it back to the basics, it will heal your skin and you will get that glow up that you're looking for less time, less money, and less frustration. So one of the biggest changes I made was simplifying from the inside out, and I started with something called the routine. It takes literally 1 minute each morning, and I've been consistent with it now for over 2 years. So I mentioned gut health. Gut health impacts everything: our hormone function, our detoxification, the clarity of our skin. One of the biggest ways that I can tell when one of my private clients is having gut issues is by the quality of their skin. And the first product in the routine is Hydrate and Detox. And I always say this is like in a category of its own. It's probably one of my favorite things that I've ever discovered on my wellness journey, not exaggerating. And Hydrate and Detox supports not just hydration, it supports kidney health, it supports bowel regularity, so that's detoxification. When we're not eliminating properly, toxins build up in our body. And that shows up on our skin. It's acne, it's the dark circles under our eyes. That is a sign that your liver is not detoxing well. Puffiness, even fluid being stored in our face, because that fluid is the lymphatic system, and your lymphatic system is like the garbage disposal for your body. And if it can't move and it's all clogged up and sticky, you'll see it. That fluid will start to sit under your eyes. It'll start to sit around your mouth. It'll start to sit in your jowls. And that's a sign that you really need to support your detoxification systems. So the electrolytes, the hydrate part, hydrate detox, they really help with pulling those minerals into your cells and hydrating your body beyond just drinking water. There's like a bell curve for drinking water where you need, yes, to have a certain amount, but beyond a certain point, if you're just drinking water and you're never taking in minerals, you will actually start to dehydrate yourself even more, because you'll pee and pee and pee, and you'll be excreting more minerals. So, excuse me. The electrolytes, that is a huge part in the glowy, hydrated skin. But then for the detoxification process and aiding all of that, the ingredient that I call the hero ingredient is glutathione. And glutathione is known as our body's master antioxidant. So it plays a huge role in skin health because it actually works with the bile from your liver to bind up environmental toxins, especially the ones we're exposed to every single day from our beauty routines. The average woman puts 180 chemicals on her body every morning just in the process of getting ready. And that includes conventional skincare, makeup, hair care, even our soaps and things like that. So while switching to safer products definitely helps to reduce the toxic load, many of us are carrying decades of exposure from all those products, from birth control and antibiotics, and just living in the modern world. And that's where glutathione comes in. It works hand in hand, like I said, with the liver to bind those up so that they can be flushed out. And then because you've got the electrolytes with it, you're actually gently moving the bowels more frequently and more efficiently. So I'll be honest, when I first started drinking Hydrate and Detox Daily, I really didn't know what to expect. Like, research told me the synergy of the ingredients was really smart. But the first thing I actually noticed was the dark circles under my eyes starting to fade. I had always dealt with dark purple circles, no concealer could cover it up, puffiness, those like fluid in the under eye bags. And suddenly one day I just noticed, like, hey, that's significantly decreased. And over time, I started to see bigger changes. I lived in California and Tennessee most of my adult life. So I had my fair share of sun damage, brown spots, melasma. I had this dime-sized dark patch above my eyebrow, and it's completely gone now. Like, if you scrolled back through my social media, you could probably find it from like 3 or 4 years ago, just like a big brown spot right there, gone. So that's when I knew that like I was onto something that was really healing my body from the inside out. And the second thing that I use as part of this 1-minute morning routine, which is absolutely essential for healthy skin at our age, is collagen. And I feel like I always have to be honest. As a certified health coach for years, I never recommended collagen because most of what's on the market, it's filled with fillers, it's poorly sourced, and it's largely ineffective. And I don't want to waste my time or my clients' time on a product that's not going to deliver and that might actually increase their toxic load. So when I first saw that Hue and Grace had collagen, I wasn't like jumping up and down to try it. But once I started digging into the sourcing and the science behind it, I realized this really wasn't like anything I had seen before. So the collagen is made from a single ingredient, which is wild-caught Japanese cod. It contains types 1, 2, and 3 collagen. So that means it supports not just the beauty, the hair, skin, and nails, but also the deeper layers of our body that matter as much, if not more, to how our skin actually looks. So when we take this type of collagen, it actually is able to be digested and absorbed by the gut. It actually helps to improve and repair the gut lining. And then that collagen goes out and it helps to build healthy tissues, like our joints, our pelvic floor, our arteries, all of the things. But that support for the gut lining, that is huge for contributing to our skin health. Because like I said, we need to be able to digest and absorb those nutrients. So we're talking about skincare tonight, but I feel like as a health coach, I can't just jump right to topical without addressing the fact that you are going to speed up and enhance your results if you are using a good quality collagen, which is phenomenal for your skin, for hydration, firmness, elasticity, and also, the internal benefits of paying attention to your gut health, the hydration and the minerals. I think those things are really, really important. I know if I had access to products like this 17 years ago, my skin journey that hit at 43 might have looked a little bit different. But here I am now, and I feel like I'm reverse aging. And if you're younger than 43, you're getting the heads up on how to get ahead of it. So now we're going to get to the topical aspects, because I know so many of you guys, that's what you're here for. So I want to paint the full picture for you that building healthy skin is an inside out job, but I would never expect someone to just start with all of these products, or say hey, you need to go off and work on your gut health, or, you have to do it the way that I did it. But you can pick what works best for you. And for some people, starting with the topical, that is going to be the most accessible place. Maybe you already have a skincare routine. It's not working for you, but the habit is there. And so making some simple, intentional swaps can start to get you the results that you want. And you can start to work on your nutrition and things like that afterwards, because those things do take a little more time to see the results. So I want to talk about two products first that I started with 2 years ago. And I know it might sound impossible if you've been chasing glowy skin with complex routines like I was, and high-end facials, to be able to get healthy skin with just two products. I'm not wearing any makeup right now, and that was very intentional. I feel like, should I put my screen, pin myself to be bigger? Spotlight. There. Okay. I'm a little bit bigger now, being vulnerable. I have a scar right here, but this is 48. This is menopause. I have no makeup, and I actually don't have any lotion on right now because I don't like to wear lotion for the face massage that we're going to do. So the day serum and the night serum, just the two of these, they have this rich, luxurious feel, and I want to show them to you guys, but the sun is really getting into my eyes right now. Let me try to move. Okay. This is a rich, luxurious facial oil. It's super nourishing, but what makes it high potency is the active ingredients. So you guys can see that. Each of the ingredients is really carefully selected and clinically effective. So the day serum is treatment and hydration in one step. It brightens and protects your skin with a blend of vitamin C oils and grapeseed oil. Grapeseed actually tightens your pores, and it supports the healing of sun-damaged skin. It has evening primrose, which calms inflammation. Rosehip oil, that targets premature aging. I love using it on my hands because our hands age as well. And it will really help to leave your skin kind of plump and dewy and balanced. No toner needed. You don't need that extra step of extra vitamin C like a lot of people are told to use. It's really clean, super powerful and simple. And it's also going to protect your hormones because there's no preservatives, there's no harsh chemicals, nothing in here. When you go to get certain treatments and they say have you used retinols or have you used all these products? You don't have to worry. Nothing in here is harsh like that. So that's the morning. And then at night, I use what we call our night serum. It's honestly, this is iconic. It was one of Hugh and Grace's first products. It's deeply restorative. It has one of my favorite essential oils in it, which is blue tansy. Blue tansy helps to calm redness and inflammation. It also smells amazing and is very calming and soothing to your nervous system, which is incredible right before bed. It has meadowfoam seed oil. That's actually a natural form of vitamin A. Retinol is also a form of vitamin A, but the meadowfoam seed oil is much gentler and much safer. So that's going to help to smooth the fine lines and wrinkles while you sleep. It has chia seed and cherry kernel oils. Those help to regenerate your skin and improve elasticity. So you're giving your skin the nutrients that it needs to actually come in and from the inside out to rebuild and repair. So the cool thing about these serums is the size of the molecules. It doesn't just sit on top of your skin. It absorbs all the way into the deeper layers of the dermis so that it can repair your skin actually from the inside out. So it's the kind of product that you're going to look forward to using because your skin will literally feel different immediately when you put it on. So the skin you're seeing on your face right now is actually 6 to 8 weeks old. That's how long it takes for your skin cells to fully regenerate. So when you start treating your skin with the right support, whether you start from the outside in or the inside out, you can expect to start seeing like a real change and meaningful results in as little as 30 days. But the deeper transformations are going to show up around the 90-day mark. And then they'll continue to improve. Like every 90 days, you'll see bigger improvements and bigger improvements. So these serums are really more than skincare. I would call them skin support. They're thoughtfully designed to help your body do what it's naturally meant to do, which is restore, repair, and glow. I see a few questions popping up. So before I jump into the next bit, Cynthia said it was her first love at Hue and Grace also. Jamie says she does face yoga every day. Yes, I know you do, Jamie, and we're going to do one of your favorite moves tonight. Megan said, I tried so many things and just made my face so dry instead of making it look better. Yep, that's so common. Brenda said it's been great for her daughter's acne. It's also been great for my son's acne because, like I said, it stops that over sebum production. And also helping your kids or you, if you're struggling with adult acne, to wash your face less and with simpler products. Like in the morning, just rinse it with warm water. At night before bed, use something really, really gentle that's not going to strip your skin. Yes, it can start to fade those acne scars. Absolutely. That's definitely one of the bits of feedback that I've received from clients in the past. Let's see. Chrissy said, my mom texted me right after she started using it to rave about how much the night serum helped her skin and the noticeable differences in her fine lines and tightening her skin. Yes. So, and people with sensitive skin, again, I am those people. I am the people with sensitive skin. So both of my boys had terrible eczema. I had eczema as a little kid. I historically have been someone who's had to swap my products every couple months because my skin is so sensitive. If I would use a product for too long, I would actually start to react to the ingredients in it. So yes, rosacea also. This is excellent, an excellent product for rosacea, for the bumps, for the redness, but it's gentle. So many products will irritate those skin issues, eczema, rosacea, things like that. It's going to dry it out more. It's going to make the skin crack. A lot of things have different types of like acids and things in them. We're told like we want to peel those top layers off and we want to exfoliate, and we're over exfoliating, we're over peeling. This is very hydrating, very gentle, great for rosacea, great for eczema. I've been using it for 2 years. I've never been able to use a skincare product that long without starting to react to it. So to me, that was a huge testament to how simple and effective these ingredients are. And there's nothing in there that is harsh. Okay, so the bit that I think a lot of you guys have been waiting for is a new product that I added to my routine in April. We went off to a escape retreat in Puerto Rico, and Hue and Grace announced that they were coming out with a new product called Sunscreen with Benefits, and we were all given samples. My fiance was there with me, so I got to bring home 2 samples. He let me keep his, so I've been using it every single day since then. And this product has been 4 years in the making. So from the moment Hue and Grace launched, they knew they wanted to create a sunscreen, but not just any sunscreen. Like it had to meet really high standards. It had to be clean. It had to be hormone safe, non-sticky, no white cast, truly effective across all skin tones. And it had to do more than just block UV rays. Like there's millions of sunscreens out on the market, but we wanted something more, something that was not only protective, but restorative. And I think we nailed it. So this is the first clinically studied Hue and Grace product. And here's some of the things that we know for an actual fact. 92% of users saw instant hydration after just 1 application. That's huge. 84% saw improved radiance. So bye-bye to that dusty, like mummified gray skin that I had. 81% reported smoother, brighter, more even skin within 1 week. It's clinically proven to reduce dark spots and hyperpigmentation. And in just 4 weeks, Participants in the study had firmer skin, improved texture, and visibly fewer fine lines. And all of these things were clinically measured. So this isn't just like someone checking a box and being like, oh yeah, I think I have fewer lines. No, this was like skin analysis, like actually analyzing the number of lines, the depth of the lines, the skin tone, the hyperpigmentation, all of that, and being able to clinically prove that it works. And this is the reason why. This is what makes it more than SPF. This is what makes it sunscreen with benefits. So yes, it's SPF 30. It's mineral based with zinc and titanium, but it also includes powerful plant actives that you would normally find in like a really high-end moisturizer. So things like Mediterranean rock rose. So this plant blocks UVA and UVB, and it protects from blue light. This one was huge for me. At first, when they were like, yeah, we're going to come out with sunscreen in August or the end of July, I was like, summer's over. And then I listened to the formulators call and looked up all the ingredients and did the education. And for me, I'm in front of a screen like this for so many hours every single day. And that blue light from our phone, that blue light from our screens, it's actually very damaging and very aging to our skin. So that was really exciting. That has motivated me since I found that fact out to really be consistent with putting this on every single morning. I used to only put sunscreen on if I was going to be like at the beach or the pool or going on an hour-long walk. Now I put this product on every single day. It has carrot root complex. That helps to neutralize free radicals from pollution, from dust, even from other products that you're going to put on afterwards, like think free radicals that might be in your makeup or things like that. It has, let me try to say this word right, Peruvian terra spinosa. You don't need to remember that, but it's a super cool plant that fights the visible signs of aging, and it actually promotes that smoothness in your skin. So one of the biggest complaints that people have about sunscreen is the way it sits on your face, and it makes it feel really sticky and tacky, and it leaves a white cast. But this does not do that, even on dark skin. So it absorbs really beautifully. It's this patented technology. There's a long scientific explanation. It's called microspores technology, but essentially think of it like, instead of all these different sized particles that are like on your skin to block the sun, think of it like billions of weightless little spheres, and they float evenly and tiny across your skin. And it's this breathable barrier. It protects and hydrates all day with no stickiness and no residue. I will put it on my face at the end after we do our face yoga, just so you guys can see how it rubs in and how it absorbs. I mean, my skin's pretty tan, but you know, I'm not the darkest skin tone. The darker your skin tone, the more you need to give it like a couple of minutes to fully absorb, but it will fully absorb and you will not have any white cast. So for me, this is skincare that I actually want to wear every day, not just at the beach or at the pool, but when I'm going on a walk, when I'm driving my kids around and the sun is barreling through the window on my face. When I had my skin analysis done, the left side of my face is older than the right side of my face. That's the driver's side of my face. So like, it just made me so aware of the need for that protection, but also sitting at my laptop out running errands, because aging isn't just about the sun. It's about our daily exposure to toxins and stress and blue light and pollution. And this can act as your daily defense. So for me, you know, I really wanted to see change, but I need it to be simple. Like, I have a crazy busy life. And when I had a 7-step skincare routine, I probably did it 2 or 3 times a week. I absolutely did not do it every single day. These products I use every single day because it's like 10 seconds. You know, I have one thing that I'm putting on in the morning. Well, now 2, because I've added this since April, and one thing that I'm putting on at night, and that's it. And my skin has healed. More hydration, brighter skin, visible changes. So the first 4 products that I talked about, the Hydrate Detox, the Collagen, the Day Serum, and the Night Serum, those are available to everybody immediately. If you're not already using them and you want to try one of them, just reach out to the person who invited you to this call and they can help you place an order for that. The sunscreen with benefits is in its launch phase. So if you are currently a Hue and Grace customer and you have anything on subscription or auto ship, you are what we call an H&G insider. And this is launched for you as of yesterday. So there's some really special, unique pricing, some sale pricing, some different cool little things that they're offering. There's the possibility to get a free body oil, all kinds of great stuff. So if you are already an H&G insider, ask the person who invited you to this call how to get it, what the deals are. If you're a customer, it's not launching until early August. Well, I was going to say October. No, it's launching early August. But if it's something that you think that you would want to have on subscription, or you want to like try the hydrate detox, you could see yourself using that. You know, maybe you need to improve your gut. Maybe you know you're having hormonal symptoms. You might be a little estrogen dominant, things like that. If you put a product on auto ship today, then you would be able to go back in and get early access to the sunscreen with benefits. Okay, so reach out to the person who invited you, ask them for whatever details, for whatever links it is that you want. And now I don't want anyone walking away empty-handed, so you can't get the product this instant, but I did promise you a little facial exercise, face yoga. So we're gonna actually do this tonight just with our hands. I'm gonna show you how simple it can be to do what should take less than 10 minutes. So we're gonna start out, and you're gonna go right below your clavicle bones, and you can follow along with me. Each of the exercises I'm gonna show you, you're just gonna start to massage like below the clavicle bone. You're really trying to push in there and kind of loosen up that muscle. So I think of kind of pushing to the side, pull down, push to the side, pull down. And you're going to do that on both sides below the clavicle bones. So each of the things I'm going to show you, you can do for as long as you want, as long as it feels comfortable. I'm going to keep them fairly short so that we can get through this in about 10 minutes or less. So then you're going to take your knuckles and you're going to massage the edge of your shoulder, but don't pull your shoulder up to reach it. Think about relaxing it down away from your ear. So your platysma muscle, which is from your neck, actually comes down and connects at this insertion point. And so when this is tight, it creates lots more lines and wrinkles in the neck. It prevents lymphatic flow. It prevents blood flow, all of those things. So you might feel like that's a little uncomfortable. Again, you can do that as long as you want. Then we're going to pump on top of the clavicle bone right here. That's just opening up for the lymph fluid to flow through, because we can massage our face all day long, but if we don't have some of this downstream in the neck opened, then things aren't going to be able to move. Okay, then we're going to do a little trapezius massage. I'm going to take my right hand, and this is your trapezius muscle right here. You're going to pinch it kind of close to your neck, and then you're just going to gently take your head side to side while you massage that trapezius muscle, and start to move your hand towards that corner of your shoulder. And you're just, sometimes I just hold my fingers in place while I move my head, and I feel that stretch. Is that tight for you guys? This was one of the ones that's so tight for me. And when you start to open up this area, oh my gosh, it's such a natural facelift, so it's really helpful. Okay, then we're going to move on to the sternocleidomastoid. So that's the muscle that runs from behind your ear down your neck. If you open your mouth, you'll be able to see it, but it's like a tendon almost right here. And you're just going to pinch it between your fingers, and you're going to start to massage it. You can keep your mouth open if you need to help see where it is. And you're just kind of looking for like any adhesions, any tight spots. And if you find one, just sit on it for a minute, give it a little massage with your thumb. You can take that top hand and that bottom hand and kind of gently pull them apart from each other. And you're going to do the other side. This might be uncomfortable, but the more you do it, the more comfortable it gets. The more this loosens, the more you're going to improve the glow of your skin, the more detoxification is going to happen. You're going to have less tension in your jaw. So if you have like, TMJ, that doesn't sound right in my head. Did I say it right? You know what I mean. But if you have like tight jaw or jaw clicking, this can really help. Now you're gonna just kind of grab the SCM and you're gonna wiggle it right here below the ears and then massage up behind the back of the ears, like right here to the back of the scalp. Really get your fingers in there. Cynthia's probably really good at this. She does this, I'm sure, when she's washing hair, when you get that great scalp massage and you have no idea that it's doing so much more for you than just feeling good. This is actually like relaxing your muscles. It's stimulating blood flow. Then we're going to take the fingers and we're going to go above the ears. And I want you to think of like, as you're massaging, you're lifting your skin up towards the crown of your head. So think if you could like actually give yourself kind of a facelift, but you massage as you do it. And then come by the temples and do the same thing. Massage it up to the top of the head. Okay, I don't know about you guys, but it's like, I can feel the stuff draining. You might start to feel the need to swallow, like you get kind of fluid in the back of your throat. I have no idea what my hair looks like right now. Okay, so now we're gonna do something called the masseter release. You're gonna take your right hand and take your first finger over the top of your head. You're gonna put it in your ear and you're gonna pull your ear up a little bit. Then you're gonna take your left hand. You're gonna make a hook with your first finger. And you're gonna place it really close to your ear, not the middle of your cheek. As close to, like your knuckle is touching your ear. Tilt your head that way. And you're gonna slowly open your mouth as you massage down like this. Yep, that's tight. Slowly. If you can tilt your head into that finger, that feels so good. I carry so much tension in my jaw. So there is a spot where you'll often feel a big release, then do the other side, same thing. Where you might feel some drainage. You don't want to go to like a level 10 with pain, but there should be some discomfort. Like think about going to get a massage. I see a lot of wows. Yes. Wow. Like when you go get a massage and you tell them like, I like pressure, you want them to get the knots out. That's what we're doing. We're getting those knots out. Then we're going to just do a little vibration under the neck because we want to drain all that junk that we just released. Just gently like that. Now we're going to take our thumb. Your finger hooks under your jaw. And you're going to put your thumb to your jawbone and you're going to massage. Just like 3 or 4 circles and then move over an inch. You're going to go all the way across your jawbone. If you find a really tense, tender spot, you can stay there a little bit longer, give it a little extra attention. I do this a lot, so I don't have as much jaw tension as I used to. Go across the other side, but I used to literally be able to feel knots under here, like actual little tiny nodules in my jaw. So this will give you a more defined jawline, a softer jawline, but also it's going to help with toxins and lymphatic fluid draining and all of that good stuff. It's going to prevent jowls and fluid buildup and puffiness. Okay, then we're going to take our hands, you're going to place them like this. So your thumbs kind of come right under your cheekbones. So find your cheekbones. And then you're going to drop your head down onto your thumbs and open your mouth. So you go. And kind of push up with your hands. So what we're doing is we're releasing tension through the cheekbones, through the middle of the face. But also we're kind of pumping anything that's built up in that area that's giving us like puffy face. I love that one. Okay. Then we're gonna lightly press at the beginning of the nose. There's actually a lot of lymph nodes all around the sides of your nose and they need to be pumped. So if you have a lot of like sinus issues, congestion, stuffy noses, this can help a ton. And then we're gonna hold the tissue on one side of your nose. I'm gonna use my left finger to hold the tissue. This is Jamie's favorite. Then I'm gonna take my right finger and I'm gonna massage up towards the eyebrow bone, stopping about midway. So I'm holding at the edge of my nose. Then this top finger is kind of stretching this. So if you have hooded eyes, like this is your go-to move. This will help with hooded eyes so much. Jamie can testify. Her and I both been doing this one for a long time now. I literally can feel the tension releasing. So you'll get a natural eyebrow lift, and it'll also help with hooded eyes. And then we're gonna hold the tissue at the top of the nose with your left hand. Take your right hand to like right where your nose meets your face. You're gonna make tiny circles outwards, just like 3 times, and then move everything down. Move that top finger down. That's kind of like holding everything in place, a little bit of I don't know, like proprioception. And then the left finger is basically releasing that tension, that fascia, and it's going to help all those lymph nodes open up and drain. So you're going to do both sides. Try to keep breathing here. We're almost done. We just have a few more exercises. And if you took a picture at the beginning of your face, give it like 30 minutes. Let all of the redness calm down, and then take another picture. Now we're going to grab the eyebrow, and you're going to try to get a bunch of, it's not the skin you're going for. You're going down to the bone. You're getting the muscle. And you're just giving a little squeeze. You can kind of pull your fingers away from each other, and then you're going to just kind of smooth that eyebrow out. And we'll actually hold a lot of tension here. That's how we start to get those bunny lines and those 11 lines. But there's also a lot of fluid that builds up here. So just massage that muscle, get as much of it as you can. You should feel almost down to the bone. Squeeze it, gently pull your fingers away from each other, and then just smooth it back into place. Then we're going to put our thumbs right here at the top of our nose on the sides, grab your forehead and pull it down so that your top fingers meet your thumbs, and then just massage right here. And then just gently bring all to the side. That's how you get rid of those 11 lines. You could do this, like stop and do these things, like just 1 or 2 of them anytime throughout the day. Okay, 2 more, and then I'm done. We're gonna take 2 fingers, like on the top and the bottom of the jaw. You're gonna massage up to your ear, and then you're gonna hold that like a facelift, and then do the same thing on the same side with the other hand. So think about like taking extra skin and you're giving it to the other hand. So if you had like extra loose skin there, you'd sort of be giving it to the other hand to hold. Just do like 4 or 5 times on each side. Okay, and the last thing is for the forehead. So you're gonna just take like an L shape. You're gonna kind of pull the forehead up, then make an L with the other hand. And you're just pulling that forehead skin up towards the scalp. Left hand, right hand, left hand, right hand, and then switch sides. And so you kind of hold it with the one hand and then use the other hand to bring more skin up. This will smooth the forehead, reduce lines, lift the eyebrows. And then you just, to finish it off, you just kind of fluff your scalp. Use your fingertips, give yourself a nice little scalp massage. Shake your arms out. I went over 10 minutes, I think, on that, but hopefully it felt good and it was worth it. And there you have it. I have crazy hair now. My skin is red because I brought all the blood flow to the surface, but you can do that in 5 to 7 minutes a day, and it will make a huge difference in your overall results. I was trying to take myself off of being pinned, but I cannot figure out how to do it, so I apologize. This is recorded, so we're going to send the link out. So if you want to follow along with that, Chrissy, I love that you could feel the drainage. The internal with the simple topical. And then if you add massage like that, even if you only have time to do it on the weekends, but what I tell my private clients is like, if I've been sitting at my computer for a long time and my eyes are starting to hurt or I have a headache, I don't necessarily stop and do the whole thing, but I just do whatever area I feel like I need. I'm like, oh, is my jaw tight? I'll just do a few of the jaw ones. Oh, or my eyes tired. If I've been, creasing everything right there, I'll just do like the forehead, or is my nose stuffy? I'll do around the nose. So, you could just mix it into your day whenever you have time, or you can do it all at once. Are there any questions before I stop the record? You can feel free to unmute or type them in the chat. And if not, I just want to thank you guys for joining live and for being here, for fully participating in the face massage. I would love to hear from you in like 30 minutes. Feel free. I'm Coach Kaylee on Instagram. If you took a picture of before and after and you want to share it with me, or if you just want to tell me about your results, or you think of a question later, you can ask me. Whoever invited you to this call, though, can help you with any of the products that you are ready to incorporate into your routine. Thanks for being here, everyone. Have a great rest of the night.